So this month, what we're hearing from consumers as it relates to the phone calls that they are receiving is that there is a Social Security Administration scam circulating. We've heard from a large number of consumers this past week, actually, that they are receiving phone messages from Social Security Administration asking the consumer to call them back because there is a problem with their card, their Social Security number, but they're indicating card. And if they don't call back, they will have a disruption in that number to the point where it will be deactivated. So consumers are very concerned. No one wants their Social Security history wiped out, given all the years of contributions that consumers typically make. So it's important that no one call back. This is a scam that is circulating. Government does not make phone calls, as we've often stated. Social Security Administration is no different. They do not make phone calls. They do not leave messages asking you to do verifications, and they haven't had a disruption with their system that needs any form of verification. So don't return the phone call. If you get it live, which hasn't been typical in this case, just hang up the phone. Another thing that we've heard about for the last month is that there's warrants out for consumers' arrests. The Sheriff's Department is calling, and this started in the Rock County area very heavily, but has circulated through the rest of the state, where a sergeant from that county Sheriff's Department is actually making the telephone calls and demanding that consumers get a prepaid money card and provide that information, or just give regular credit card account information to the sergeant on the phone in order to take care of the warrant issue. Otherwise, they'll be coming to the home with their handcuffs and hauling you away. So it's a very threatening phone call that those consumers are receiving. It has great urgency in it to take care of the matter right away. When the Sheriff's Department does not make phone calls, they don't take and clear warrants for arrest by payments of prepaid money cards. It's not the way our municipality systems and our government systems and court systems work either. They don't just demand that money by phone and make the phone calls. If you're at all concerned that you have unpaid parking tickets and they might have turned into something more, you can check that through Wisconsin Circuit Court access. You can call your local law enforcement office and ask them if there is anything to be taken care of, and then go down to the office to take care of it appropriately, but they won't be asking for that prepaid money card. Well, the phone has proven to be successful for these scam artists. We learned from the 2017 statistics that of those consumers who fell victim to a fraud, 70% happened by phone. It's a time when you're engaged with a caller, typically live. They can see if you're starting to lead in and if they're hooking you and play on those emotions and really work the call up, if you will. Whereas an email or a pop-up on a computer screen, depending upon people's filters, they won't even see it. You'll immediately recognize any typos, spelling errors, problems with graphics. There's no way to play on your emotion and continue that interaction live like you can in a phone call. So we can see reasons why the phone is more successful for the scam artists and why people fall victim more often using that medium. So I think it's important that consumers let us know about new scams that are circulating or that they haven't heard us talking about recently, so we know that they're spiking back up, if you will. So we've all talked about the IRS scam pretty much all year long, every year for a number of years now, but it certainly goes in waves when we see it trending at a much higher volume than other times of the year, and we're back to that again. We've heard from consumers, and it's kind of a daily spike, that consumers are receiving the IRS phone call, and one of the reasons is now it's time for collections. If you filed your taxes and there was a problem with them, or you owe tax money and didn't pay it, now is when the government would be contacting you by letter in regards to those issues, and the scam artists know this, so they try and create that confusion and that demand, and now those phone calls have increased as well. And when they start to be successful and people fall victim, it continues their practice, it feeds their energy really, and so we continue to see those phone calls being made. And then we also have the utility scam that's spiked back up again. Doesn't really make sense that we're in August and it's warm, but now people are getting back to school shopping done and starting to think about fall, and with fall comes cool weather and winter. So if you have unpaid utilities or back paid bills, you'd be thinking about, okay, I need to clear those so I can go into the season all clear. And so we're seeing a daily spike on those phone calls as well, even though they appear to be out of
generic.
Right. So if you want to contact us to file a complaint, report a problem, you can do so at our website at datcp.wi.gov, or you can call us Monday through Friday, 7:45 to 4:30 at 1-800-422-7128. And again, even though you've reported the situation to us before, we'd love to hear from you again so we know what's happening.